What's up? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. But let's start off with OG, because OG posted this, to her Instagram. And basically, she's saying, I am just here so I don't get fined. Because basically, she was asked a question, why you decided to go back to Basketball Wives, OG? And OG was like, no, I'm only here because I don't want to get fined. So basically, OG did make it known when basketball ended last season that, she can't quit the show because she's under contract. But she did file, she did counter sue Evelyn, because Evelyn Lozada filed a defamation of character, defamation, and also stalking. And she filed the defamation of character, defamation lawsuit against OG, and then she also filed for a restraining order, which was thrown out because Evelyn Lozada didn't show up to court. But that's when OG decided to countersue. So now she got to be back in the fire. She got to be back in the pit, baby. Because it's going to go down this season, because they got too many new faces, too many desperate people, too many people want to jump on the bandwagon. So there's a whole lot going on. We did introduce the new cast members on 2 videos that I did, so check out my Basketball Wife drama playlist, check that out. So as we see, OG does not want to film. She doesn't want to be on the show. So I don't know how much we're gonna get from OG, but she might not be in for any type of bull crap, or she might not be putting up with nothing because she don't want to be there. She's forced to be there. So it wasn't like they tried to fire her or try to get rid of her. They are holding her up on her contract that she signed with VH1 Truly Original. So therefore, she got to be there. So she might come into the situation and she's optimistic. She's back and she wants to see if there's anything that can change. So she's going to see if they're actually going to come through with the changes of what she said, what she accused Shawnee of, what the audience, what the viewers accused Shawnee and accused Evelyn Lozada of being colorist. So as you guys know, that Shawnee O'Neill, she has an Instagram account and she really talks about social injustice, and she talks about a lot of Black Lives Matter, issues. So we'll see if that same Shawnee on Instagram promoting education, love, knowledge, empowering the people of color, Black people, foundational Black, is she actually going to bring that on the show? Or we're going to see Shawnee, come to a moment where she realized that she did some wrong-ish. I do miss CC too. I can't believe CC is not coming back, but I do understand that she's not coming back. But CC Gutierrez, I liked her, especially when she got feisty. I was like, come on. And she didn't do nothing to deserve the shit that she was being treated. She didn't deserve that. And OG had an open heart. She felt bad. She didn't know CC like that. She knew of them because OG do know people in the industry. And she was asked to be on Basketball Wife maybe 6 or 7 years ago. She auditioned for it. They was going to put her on, but the client that she was working for at the time didn't want her on the show. So she went through the psychological evaluation. She went through the questionnaires. She went through the mental health situation and everything. But at that time, it just didn't pan out. And now she ended up getting on Basketball Wife, years later. So we're going to see, what her situation brings. We know that she's not married to Kwame yet. They're still dating. They still got the loving relationship. But I'm pretty sure Fabrice is going to come for her. Pretty sure Evelyn's going to come for her. And Evelyn's going to do a slick and shady. And also Shawnee O'Neill is going. Shawnee O'Neill, if she comes shady towards her, that's going to look really bad for you, Shawnee, because of all the stuff that you have been doing since the pandemic, since Black Lives Matter movement really, reached the high pinnacle, in the summertime. If she comes on and she's not diplomatic and she's acting ignorant with Evelyn, that's gonna look really bad, because she got all these panels on Instagram talking about justice, peace, and all that other good stuff. So we're gonna see if Shawnee actually brings that. Let's see if we're gonna get, if Shawnee can able to, turn around. But OG, basically, if she doesn't really want to be there, it doesn't really matter if she makes up with the ladies or not. But they're saying her storyline is that she's going to be optimistic. She's going to be open to it. She's going to see what happens. But we all know what's going to go down. It's going to be shade. It's going to be a whole lot of shit going on. But we'll see. We'll see if there's any changes, if they actually hear her out. Because one thing OG did say, that she never ever had a private conversation with Shawnee. She never talked to Shawnee. She never sat down with Shawnee. Shawnee didn't want to have shit to do with her. You know why? Because Shawnee is cool with Evelyn. Evelyn's beefing with her. Shawnee was ganging up the girls to go after OG when they went to Costa Rica. You know, she was like, yo, you guys got to battle. You guys, we lost that round. We got to win the next round. So, and then she was like, oh, OG cannot come to our dinner because we already know about our relationship. We know she wants to have children. We know she wants to get married, but I didn't say anything about that. Maybe that'll be an add-on, and maybe OG might be friends with the other ladies too as well. Kristen Scott might come for OG a little bit because Kristen Scott's new story. We'll get to Kristen Scott. I didn't even put her up here. Lord have mercy. I always be forgetting about Kristen Scott. I wanted to put the video up here, which I'm going to do another video on Kristen Scott out here selling everything in her closet for some dollars and some coins and some change. So we have that situation. So let's get to, okay, who else? So we got OG out the way. So that's what's the situation with OG. Basketball wise, VH1, the production, the producers, the executives, they all wanted OG, and they're holding OG to her contract because they will find her and come after her. They wanted her on the show. She was good for TV. She was a fan favorite. And, you know, even though she was a fan favorite and it hurt, you know, Shawnee, because Shawnee ended up doing a little interview with Lamont Hill and basically talk about she wasn't colorist, and, you know, people still refuse to believe that. And let's talk about FUBU. FUBU's in the building. And one thing about FUBU, aka Febreze, I don't really know how she's affording her house in Hollywood because Evelyn Lozada can't afford her house and lost money. So anyways, not Hollywood, but California. I don't know if she moved back, if it was a rental, but she said on Twitter, you know, last year that she brought her house in California. I don't know if it was true. I don't know if she's lying, but I do know she has other revenue of income. She be on bingo and she makes a lot of money from there. So her storyline this season for Febreze is she's going to return with a new man. So Febreze is coming through with a new man. And so this new man that Febreze is coming through with, allegedly, you know, he's going to be a thorn in the lady's side. So whatever man that she's introducing to the show. So I don't know how he's going to be a part of the show. Is he going to be in the mansion? Or are they going to be out chilling? But Febreze storyline is she's going to have a new man, and it's going to cause major problems with the ladies. And she's going to have to pick between her new man and the ladies. And also her ex-boyfriend pushes to threaten and challenge her too. So she's gonna have a love triangle. It's saying that she's going to have issues with her new man that she's going to introduce, and one of her exes is going to be threatening her and challenging her in so many different angles. And also, you know, it's going to jeopardize her place in the circle. So her relationship with her new man is going to threaten her place in a circle, whether she's not going to be able to film, whether she's scared to film, whether, you know, he's rude and obnoxious, or whether they're telling her she needs to leave him alone. So she's coming with that situation with a man. And so we're going to see what she brings. But we also know she's going to bring the death of her father, her grandfather up too. And then she's going to talk about the time where, you know, she was accused of being a drug addict, and it was Jackie, and she was so skinny because she was so depressed. And then she's going to probably talk about her heritage and say that she's not, you know, colorist, and she's probably going to attack OG that she's not colorist. And you guys did this to me when I was going through a tragic time. I lost, you know, friends, I lost family members, you know, I lost people, I lost weight, I was sick, you guys was cracking on my weight, and I was going through everything. I was going through depression. So I don't think she's going to be talking about her music, but that's the situation with that. And who else do we have? We have Jennifer. So Jennifer, new storyline is going to be surviving, you know, that crazy man that she was dating is going to be Tim Norton. So her situation is going to be surviving, you know, that relationship and everything that went down with Tim Norman, and how she escaped from that situation, how negative that situation was for her. So she is ready to get into the situation and talk about it. And so, you know, that's going to be a winner for Jennifer Williams. This is going to be a winning storyline for Jennifer Williams to be talking about Tim Norman from Welcome to Sweetie Pies, because, you know, he's locked up, he's in jail, conspiracy, killed his nephew, you know, had a contract out on his mother allegedly for life insurance policies, and she could get into deep detail about that situation with him and what she went through and what she saw and what she's not surprised of. And that case is still going on with Tim Norman from Welcome to Sweetie Pies. So that's going to be, she's going to have a really huge storyline because everybody wants to know about that situation. Everybody wants to get the details about that situation and how that relationship was, because we know Jennifer and Tim, you know, Norman went through back and forth on media. They went to court together. There was a whole lot of situations going on between them two. So that's going to be, you know, something big for her. And then also facing, you know, Evelyn Lozada, and allegedly they're supposed to make up. Evelyn Lozada and Jennifer Williams supposed to make up, but Jennifer Williams is also ready to fight back, and she ain't taking no ish. So we're going to see how that situation pans out. But she got like the most curious and the most, you know, storyline that is basically out here, you know, that is so real, because everyone wants to know about Welcome to Sweetie Pies. What happened? What did Tim Norton do? What everything that happened with him? You know, how Miss Robbie's doing? How was that interaction? So anything that she says about that situation is going to be very deep because people didn't know about it. And people want to know about it because of his current situation being locked up. So, you know, she kind of got it in a bag. Her storyline this season's in a bag. And they might bring her, you know, situation why her and Dom, you know, are not friends anymore. But I don't think that's going to really be there. And then we got Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn Lozada's storyline is going to be, you know, Evelyn is preparing to move into a new home, but still having trouble getting through the emotional year of 2020. What emotional year 2020? Every time, you know, she responded to Chad, she called Chad out, called Chad this, called Chad that. You know, she was accused of being, you know, a colorist, a racist. So she's going to bring that up and all that situation. Allegedly, remember when Basketball Wife season ended last season or last year, Evelyn and Shawnee O'Neill was saying that they're in God, they in church, and all the pictures they was posting up from Instagram was Evelyn is saved now, she's in God, Shawnee O'Neill saved, they're in God, you know, they're Christians and all this other good stuff. So she's gonna be talking about her move. So I guarantee we're gonna see her move, her sell her house, her talk about she lost $54,000 in selling her house up and abruptly. And then, you know, the Mark Anthony storyline may as well probably come into the situation too, but she's going to be focusing on, you know, moving and then getting the girls together. And then she's going to have the situation where all the rumors with Carl Crawford, because Carl Crawford has faced, you know, kidnapping, abuse, and all this other stuff, which Evelyn Lozada jumped on Instagram and said, you know, Carl Crawford was good to her. She didn't know of him being an abusive man. So we're going to have that situation too. So all that is going to be in the Chad Ochocinco situation, where she went on Instagram Live and started crying about Chad because he said he didn't do something. And so you got that. Then you got Carl Crawford and his whole situation with Meg, you know, his situation with his ex, you know, girlfriend and children's mother. So she has a whole lot going on in her storyline too. And you know, she's not afraid to bring up any storyline, and she probably tried to contact Chad too as well. So that's going to be her bit, but she's probably going to do a lot to not seem like she's racist. She's probably going to do a lot to seem like she's not colorist. She might even bite her tongue, and she might even try to play nice. But we know that she can't play nice for too long, especially if you push one little button. She don't know no other way but to be a sewer rat from the Bronx. So it is what it is. So moving on from that situation, so we're going to see with Evelyn and Shawnee O'Neill. So Shawnee O'Neill's situation is, Shawnee O'Neill, basically her storyline is going to be, she's going to be relocating to Houston, Texas to be closer to her kids, but she still hopes she can find a way to bring the ladies back together again as a group. So I guess her kids are spread it out, because, you know, Shawnee was into buying real estate in California, living in California. We saw, you know, she had her husband, her ex-husband, Shaquille O'Neal, you know, help her buy this house that she wanted. It was smaller, so, but I guess she went to Texas. Some of her kids is in Texas, who knows. So she's going to be focusing on that situation, and we're going to see what happens with that. So I'm just like, And she's going to try to bring the ladies together. You already know the situation, how that's going to go down, because she ain't trying to bring nobody together. She wants to see the drama. And also, Shawnee don't like to lose. And Shawnee don't like to be made a fool of. And Shawnee don't like for people to say shit about her that she believes that's not true. And it actually goes viral. Like what, OG has said about Shawnee. People talk about Shawnee and said nasty things about Shawnee that has left the show, but none of it stuck. But when it comes to OG, what OG said about Shawnee O'Neill, it did stick. So it's gonna be hard for her to let that go. But if she is the new and improved spiritual, and God and church, and also trying to change a movement about Black Lives Matters and having panels on her Instagram account about how we can make it better, things to change, things to do, Shawnee O'Neill wouldn't be, going after OG. But Shawnee O'Neill got to get her revenge. She got to do something to vindicate herself, because Shawnee O'Neill was very bothered by the situation, because she was on Instagram Live with her husband, her ex-husband, Shaquille O'Neal, basically saying that she is not a colorist. And Shaquille O'Neal was saying he was dark skinned. They got dark skinned daughter. She did the interview with Lamont Hill, and then now she has an Instagram panel where she talks about Black Lives Matters and issues like that. So she's really trying to prove that she's not that person, and that shit stuck. So that's not cool. She feels a certain type of way about that. And if she doesn't get a chance to get OG again, because we don't know if OG is going to return for the next season, we don't know how long her contract is with Basketball Wives, but OG basically said that she's only here because of contract and she don't want to be fined. I was like, Yes, that situation is crazy. So we're going to see how that situation pans out. If Shawnee does a 180, that'll be good for TV. That'll be good for her brand. That'll just be good in general. But we all know you never put your faith or goodwill into good characters and prolific characters on reality TV, because they have to bring the mess. The mess is what it is. So you guys let me know what you think about that situation. I'm trying to find homegirl. I don't even know where she's at. Oh, here she is. Let me try. Here we go. So let's get into it when it comes to Malaysia. So we have the situation with Malaysia. And Malaysia's storyline is also a repeat storyline. Situations. Let me start this over. Let me go to properties. Here we go. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I had to turn that off. I didn't even know that it was on. But so let's get to, Malaysia's situation. So Malaysia's storyline is that Malaysia is going to be teaching her children about police brutality, and she's also going to be teaching her children about how to deal with the police and things like that. And so with this time, with Black Lives Matter going on, with the movement, with all the protests that was going on throughout the pandemic and the summertime, Malaysia has an issue. She has a problem with police because her brother, departed from this earth because of the because of the police. So she really is scared of the police. So she's going to revamp that storyline of her fear of police and what happened to her brother. And now she's going to be teaching her kids about police brutality, which we've seen her do before. But I guess she's going to enhance that situation. And also she's going to tell them how to deal with situation coming in contact with the police officers. So this is a storyline that's going to be rekindled. But we'll see how this situation pans out with her, because this is kind of like our old storyline becoming a new storyline because of what's going on today, which is not a bad situation. To teaching her kids about, Black Lives Matter and also police brutality is a good situation, but we've seen this from her. So I think maybe she's going to be more in the mix of get into it with some of the girls. So because I don't think that storyline is going to really carry everything. So her and Jackie actually coming to a conclusion or actually being cordial or continuing their beef, it's going to probably be focused on that more than the storyline that is presented. And she may want to, come closer to OG. She may want to come closer to the girls that she mistreated or the girls that she did in Jennifer Williams, because if she's going to be teaching about Black Lives Matter, police brutality, and all that different stuff that, foundational Black people experience in America, then you would think that she'll be more closer to her co-host, her cast members. So we're going to see what Malaysia brings to the situation. Talking about why bleach your skin. Oh, God. Well, people say that, but she keeps denying that she bleached her skin. OG can't hold up for herself. She doesn't need to help. I am Team OG, Jackie and Jennifer. We know that, but you know what? It gets hard, but it gets hard. When you have a bunch of people coming at you, and even though she's strong and tough, that's a whole lot of pressure. And we've seen the biggest of stars crack under the pressure when the team and people come after them. So, it is what it is. She's strong. She's going to hold her own. But at the same time, we got to call out the bullshit and what's happening and what they're doing, because, they be doing some shady-ish and they be doing some downright shadiness. So basically, I'm just letting you guys know what to look out for, what's going to be happening. These supposed to be, Evelyn Lozada and Shawnee O'Neill for a long time. When the season ended, they was church, Jesus, going to all types of Christian and church events and Blase the Third, and posting God and prayers and everything else. So when this show get on, we want to see some of that. We want to see some of that Evelyn. We want to see some of that Shawnee O'Neill. We want to see some real shit. So if they don't bring none of that ish that they've been putting out here for the last year on the show, then they're fugazi, and we gotta call them out on that fugazi every second, every chance we get, because you don't use God and don't use colorism to say that you're not colorist, and you're doing all these panels and you support Black Lives Matters, this and that, and then you get on this show and you dog out your sisters, and then you dog out everybody else, and then on top of that, you're not open and you're not willing to hear. You're not willing to hear your faults. You just only want to point out somebody's faults because you think because you've been on TV forever, which they're entitled to think that way. It is what it is. So we'll get to, that's the situation. So don't be out here talking about all, and then you got Evelyn Lozada talking about she's Afro-Latina. Let's see this Afro-Latina this season. Let's see Jesus. Let's see, you do something different. Let's see that. Let's see you mature, Evelyn. Let's see you be a different person. Let's see you be a better person. Let's see something, because you're out here claiming that you're in Jesus. You're out here claiming you're saving women. You're out here claiming all this other stuff. Let's see you do something that is different other than like what we've been seeing. Because if not, that means all that shit that OG said was true, because it was a lie. You're out here claiming, Afro-Latina, all this and that, doing all these interviews. But if you get back on the show and you're not open to how someone says that they feel that you made them feel because of things that you said and did and posted, and you totally ignore them, that means that all that shit is bullshit. You need to be called up on it. But Evelyn Lozada did apologize, to, CC Gutierrez, but she didn't apologize, to OG. So, you got that situation going on. So that's a whole lot. So, and with them storylines, and Kristen Scott, her storyline is going to be Kristen is leading her voice to Black Lives Matter movement and fighting social injustice. So that's what Kristen Scott's going to be doing. That's going to be her storyline. As I don't know if she's moved out of that, basement apartment or whatever the case may be. But that's going to be her storyline, because she's probably going to talk about CC. She's probably going to talk about, her father-in-law. She's probably going to do all that shit or whatever. But that's our main focus storyline, is Black Lives Matter. And she's going to talk about the situation growing up in Louisiana and being the only black girl in the class, or being very few black girls in the classroom. And she got picked on and she got mistreated for being dark skinned. So she's going to equate that to OG and say, OG, I never, thought anything about you like this or that. I didn't treat you like this. I understand what you're saying because I experienced. That's okay. Like, if she's gonna be sincere with it, okay. But let's see how you act after. So that's going to be her storyline, because she's been out here, doing interviews talking about how bad she was treated in Louisiana, the injustice that she treated, the colorism that she was treated while she was growing up. And she's going to associate that with OG, and how can she be a colorist and she didn't attack OG for that, or she's going to understand, because she did say she understands what OG is feeling. But once she gets around Shawnee, Malaysia, and Evelyn, she might change up. It is only for people who are Team OG. I know, I'm a damn mess. It's been a long time since I really liked a person. When to see February, I think February 9th, it starts. I'm going to be on Tuesday on VH1. Black Lives Saving a lot of reality TV storylines. Miss T, you ain't lying, baby girl. This is all it's about. This is what they're doing, because it's the present. So you have that. So I talked about Christie. So that's going to be Christie new storyline. And I put half of that video up, but you got to see Kristen's got out here selling her old worn out sneakers and pocketbooks. So let's get into this situation. This is Naya. Naya is she has a sister. They are from Memphis, and basically she's going to be on, Basketball Wives. And, basically they're going to be entrepreneurs on the show. They're going to get introduced to Basketball Wives. They seem like they're going to be cool with Jackie. I think Nora Dolce is going to be cooler more with Jackie Christie, because you already see them dancing and stuff. So she's one of the sisters from Memphis. And, she got a great personality. I believe she's single. She doesn't have any children. She knows a lot of people in Hollywood, but she doesn't have a fan base. She might do music, but she also sells swimwear. She sell swimsuits and things like that. And she's going to be entering Basketball Wives this season. She's going to be in the mansion and everything else. She seems like a cool person. They got her and her sister got a good upbringing, a good background. They was raised with a lot of, empowerment, too as well. But, reality TV can change that shit. But generally, they have their own mind. They was taught and they was raised the way that you would want your kids to be raised. And they had a 2-parent household, and they're very close to their family. Family come first before anything else. So this is Nora Dolce. She's one of the new girls, and this is her sister. Her sister is Nora, Dolce. So Nora and her sister are going to be entering Basketball Wives. Nora Dolce has, 2 children. She has a husband, as you can see him on the screen. He played for the NBA. He played for the Memphis Tigers, Memphis, Memphis, whatever. He played for Memphis and pro. And then he went overseas and he played for, the Filipino Associate Basketball League or whatever. But they've been married since 2015. They got 2 children. They seem like they got a happy marriage, a good marriage. He seems like he's a hands-on father too. And also Nora, she's a hairstylist, a hairdresser. I think she may have her own wig lines. See the wig that you see that she has on with the red? She dyes her wig. She does all different types of stuff. And I think she sells some other things too as well. But these are the 2 new ladies that are entering. They seem to be cool and down to earth, and their family looks really good. Their father was very, prolific and very prestigious in Memphis, and he done a lot of good. The mother, was a good mother too as well. She done prestigious things too, and they got a good reputation in Memphis. So they're entering the show, and Jackie loves beautiful young women, so it's going to be on and popping with Jackie. So we got that situation, and we got Liza, Liza Lamar Odom. She's going to enter the show, And she's doing it for the cash rooms, everything around me, dollar bill, y'all. So she's doing it for the money to pay for her children's college and everything else. You know, she's going to probably air out Lamar Odom on how he treated her, the Kardashians. And also she's here for the money. So she's going to be a wild card too. You know, she's a wild card with the two new sisters is a wild card. But also when it comes to Eliza, you know, she's cool with Jackie. She's cool with Jackie Christie too as well. You know, she has a relationship with Jackie. She has a relationship with, you know, Shawnee O'Neill, and she does have a relationship with Evelyn Lozada. I believe she has a relationship with Malaysia too. I don't think she does not have a relationship with OG as I could see. I see her and all the other ladies that I just named, they are all on their Instagram together. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're going to use Eliza. You know, they're going to have her spill the tea on Lamar Odom, but, you know, her and Evelyn gonna have a fake storyline going on because Evelyn used to work or still works for Khloe Kardashian, and you know Khloe was married to Lamar Odom. But I think they're over that situation, so they're gonna let Liza tell her story. And Lamar Odom has had a book out, you know, maybe a year and a half ago, and he's in the media for all this, you know, fugazi shit that's going on. Lamar almost died, so she has a good storyline too, because we never heard from her or her side of the story through a lot of things. So her and Jennifer got a golden storyline. Their storyline is golden. And also finding out how OG is going to play the situation. Because if she don't want to be there in the first place, she can totally play them dust. But it says that she's going to be optimistic. So we're going to see how that pans out. Jackie is the only one with... Oh, I forgot my baby Jackie. I forgot about Jackie. Okay, Jackie's storyline. Okay, so I almost forgot about Jackie. Thank you. How many women are there? It's going to be a whole lot. Okay. I'm not sure if, what's her name? What's that woman's name? British, not, is it British? British Williams, is that? Yeah, British Williams. It was word that she was going to be on the show, but they don't even list her in the credits. They don't list her as a friend. They don't list her storyline or whatever. Nothing. Lamar's Odom, you know, Trudy's mother, they listed her. So, and they listed the two sisters. Why they didn't, you know, list British? And this is from VH1. This is not something that, you know, I got from somewhere. This is from truly original, and it's also from VH1. So let's get to Jackie's storyline. So where's Jackie? Okay, Jackie. In addition, Jackie to start her new adventures. So Jackie's going to be starting new adventures. You know, Jackie got some new adventures. So one of them is the Jackie Christie Project. And the other one is, you know, Second Chance. So Jackie has, you know, a show called Second Chance, giving people a second chance. And then she also has a lingerie line. I don't have, she has a lingerie on in this picture, but I thought I had the lingerie picture of her in the lingerie. I think she's in the lingerie. I'll show you. She's in the video with the lingerie on. So she has three new businesses. Jackie Christie has, you know, the lingerie line that she's selling now. She has Second Chance, the TV show that she's producing, and she already has episodes out. And then she has the Jackie Christie. Where's Jackie at? She has the Jackie Christie Project. So she has three things. And if you can see underneath, you know, on this post, you see Eliza, you know, Lamar Odom's ex. She's under there. She's liking, you know, Jackie Christie's post. I only see, you know, Lamar Odom ex, you know, Liza Morales. I only see her on, you know, Shawnee O'Neill, Evelyn Lozada, and Malaysia and Jackie. That's it. So I don't see her on Jennifer. Don't see her on OG. So, and you know, she's probably going, I haven't seen her on Febreze, but Febreze don't really be on Instagram like that. So that's the situation with that. So there you have it. Okay, so that's Jackie. So I got the two new sisters, Febreze, OG, Kristen, and Evelyn. We got Jackie, we got Malaysia, we got Shawnee, and who else? It goes, despite the going through the mess of and we did Jennifer Williams. And so Jennifer Williams Jennifer's going to be talking about her mental capacity of everything that happened with, you know, Tim Norman and that whole situation, where people are going to believe her because Jennifer could have possibly lost her life being with him, and you know she's going to really dramatize that too. So Jennifer has a good storyline. Liza Morales has a good storyline. It only depends on how she presents her storyline. Is she going to be able to present it in a certain way where she looks like she's the victim and not bashing? That's going to be great for her. And you know, so that Jennifer storyline and Liza Morales storyline is pretty decent too. Jackie Christie, her storyline is, they say her storyline is about her businesses, but Jackie is going to be in everybody's business because that's how Jackie is. Jackie's a friendly person. Jackie likes to have fun. Jackie likes to be around people. Jackie likes to talk to people. Jackie likes to be cool with people. She doesn't like to hold on to beef. Not now. Before, Jackie will hold on to a grudge, but I think she wants to be Malaysia's friend more than ever, and she just wants to be cool with everybody. But my advice, you know, to the new girls, Naya and Nora, the two sisters from Memphis, and also, you know, Liza Morales, is just stay neutral. Just stay neutral. Don't try to get into nobody's beef because these beefs go way back. Let everybody defend yourself, excuse yourself, and whenever you say something, make sure you repeat it over and over, especially if there's a question mark, whether you're shading somebody or dissing somebody, you know, or addressing somebody, address them more than once so it can get filmed and it doesn't be on a cutting room floor where you look like you're a problem, you're a troublemaker or a follower. The last thing you want to look like is a follower or choosing sides, because none of these beef that they got going on a basketball wife from last season or season before has nothing to do with you three ladies. So don't get involved. Don't choose sides. If one person goes crying, stay seated. If they start talking, be like, you know, I need to hear both sides of the story. Maybe you guys sit down and have a conversation, but I don't want to judge, you know, anybody off of what you're saying, and vice versa, because if not, you're going to get played. So you guys let me know what you think about the situation. So that's basketball wise. These guys saying good for her. Jackie, CC, Naya, Brandy, and Duffy are literally the only wives in the show. Facts. Yeah, facts. That's true. Jackie, Christie, CC, Naya. Yep. Brandy, Duffy. Yeah. I don't think Duffy's married. Duffy's not married. Duffy is just shacking up, baby. Duffy is just shacking up. So if anybody want to call in, I forgot to put all that up on the screen. If you guys want to call in and tell me what you think about the situation, you want to give your opinion, your thoughts on the Wendy Williams situation, your thoughts on the basketball wife situation, call in, tell me what's up. If not, I will be back tonight so we can review, you know, growing up hip hop Atlanta is going down. Miss Deb is doing the most. Miss Deb is crazy out here in these streets. She is married. Well, last time when she was pregnant, she had the baby. I didn't see that she was married. She was shacking up. I thought she was shacking up, unless she got married like within the last 3 months or the last 4 months or 5 months. Maybe that could have been her announcement. Duffy. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Major? What's going on? So, yep, that's the situation. So we got into Wendy Williams going in, her story, her situation about being assaulted by, you know, legendary R&B singer-songwriter Sherrick, aka Lamont Smith, and also Wendy Williams shading Regina Porter, you know, and also YFN Lucci and Lil Wayne, and she don't live in there. And then we went through the basketball wives, you know, storyline. So that's basically it. So I will see you guys back here tonight, you know, to do, you know, growing up hip hop review. We're going to talk about that situation, see what happens, because I really think that the Brat is going to bring her situation full circle, and that's going to be interesting. And, you know, Deb is going to defend herself and her stance You know, Deb ain't never backed down for nothing, and people gonna be looking at her like, what? And Johnny Blaze, even though she changed her name, she's gonna be in the mix, so it's gonna get good. It might even get better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. Lord have mercy. Yes, Major. There's a whole lot going on. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, for real, for real. Thank you. So we're gonna call it a night. I will see you guys later on. Thank you guys for coming through. Please hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Major. Thank you, Happy Days. Thank you guys for coming through. I do appreciate it. Miss T, Beauty B, Babies in the building, LSW. Thank you. Bones is in the building. Shaquille's in the building. You know, Miss T, Drebs in the building too as well. You is Howard too. Thank you guys so much. Please hit that like button. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. McCoy was in the building. Thank you so much, Miss T, for coming through. Thank you, Loki. Thank you, Tree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peep Squad is in the building. Thank you, Eva, for coming through too as well. Tawanda 47, thank you so much. Linnell, thank you too as well. Rashida Libra, thank you for coming through. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. It is going to be off the chain. I can't wait to see Wendy Williams' documentary and movie too as well. That is going to be crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy. And basketball storyline, them being locked up in the house together, and all these innuendos and these, you know, parlay, you know, facades that some of these ladies put on for a whole year on Instagram, doing interviews. Let's see if they bring that shit to the show. If not, we gonna give it to them. Peace. Peace and blessing to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. Joy, peace, love, happiness, protection, health, and wealth all day.